The historic brand is actually a person's name. Born and raised in Guangdong, China, Ma Mon Luk was a grade school teacher who migrated to the Philippines in 1920. Arriving without money and employment, he relied on the one thing he knew best: making delicious chicken noodle soup.
Ma was born in 1896 in Zhongshan, Guangdong, then known as Xiangshan, Canton, in Qing, China. Because of poverty, he was only able to finish junior high school. He self-studied in the Chinese classics to improve himself. He later became a school teacher in Canton but earned a lowly salary. In 1918, Ma left for the Philippines to seek his fortune in order to win the hand of his sweetheart, Nang Shi, whose parents disapproved of him because of his poverty.
Arriving penniless in Binondo, Manila, Ma decided to peddle his own version of chicken noodle soup. He soon became a familiar sight on the streets of Manila, plodding from Puente de España, now Jones Bridge, to as far as Intramuros and Santa Cruz with a long bamboo pole, pinga, slung on his shoulders and two metal containers on each end of the pole.
Similar to the equipment of taho vendors then and now. One vat contained his especially concocted noodles and strips of chicken meat, while the other vat stored the chicken broth heated underneath by live coals. With a pair of scissors, he would cut the noodles and meat to serve to his customers. He called his concoction, gupit, after the Tagalog word for cod. He would finally name the dish Mami, simplified Chinese, Ma Mian, traditional Chinese, Canton, literally meaning Ma's noodles. Later, he would add siopaw and siomai to his menu. However, the claim that Ma invented the Mami, which originates from the media company ABS-CBN, is likely untrue. According to linguist Gloria Chan Yap, Mami is derived from Philippine Hokkien mak, meat, and mi, noodle, and is Fujianese in origin. Not Cantonese. Like the siopaw, the noodle dish already existed in Filipino-Chinese cuisine before Ma popularized this version. Ma became known as Ma Mon Luk, and from a small shop along Tomas Pinpin Street in Binondo, Manila, he would open his first restaurant with the name, Ma Mon Luk Mami King, at the nearby 826828 Salazar Street. He would promote his restaurant by giving away free samples of siopaw. If he ran out of siopaw samples, he would give his business card with his signature at the back to signify a free bowl of Mami at his restaurant. The restaurant would transfer to Calle Azcarraga, now Recto Avenue, in 1948 and eventually moved to 545 Quezon Boulevard in Quiapo, Manila 2 years later, where it still exists. By the 1950s, Ma and his food were nationally known. With his success, Ma was able to return to China and seek the hand of his beloved Nang Shi. He would establish his family home and main restaurant at 408 Quezon Avenue in Quezon City during the 1950s. Ma died on September 1, 1961, of throat cancer and is buried at the Chinese cemetery in Manila. After Ma's death, his children, all surnamed Ma Mon Luk, would continue the restaurant, expanding to as many as 6 branches in the 1980s. By the end of the 20th century, however, only the original 2 branches established by Ma would remain. The 2 remaining restaurants are currently operating under the family-owned Ma Mon Luk International Corporation.